When I say composer, what image comes to your mind? Maybe you picture this. But in reality, a composer could be this or this. But also, it could be this. This amazing composer is only 15 years old. Her name is Noah Pastor, and she's not only a composer, but a passionate performer, and she loves pink. She has appeared in local professional theater productions and has written and performed in 4 original shows with her fiddle theater ensemble, Zigzag. Noah has performed across so many categories in the Greater Victoria Performing Arts Festival, from piano and violin to chamber music, voice, dance, fiddle, and harp, and has won both local music awards and international speech arts accolades. On top of all that, she loves writing music for her friends, reading, and even busking in her spare time. We are so happy to have conducted this interview with Noah, and we cannot wait to share her story with the rest of the world. Please enjoy. All right, so Noah, you play violin, piano, you sing, dance, act, compose, and even write. Where did this incredible artistic journey begin for you?
I think probably it began when I started playing violin. My mom is a violin teacher, so even before I started playing music, I was always surrounded by it, whether it was like listening to my mom teaching, because her studio was like in our basement, or listening to CDs. My grandpa would make these cardboard violins for my mom's younger students to use, so they didn't hurt the actual violin, and I liked to pretend that I was playing music with them. And I started playing violin when I was 3, and I just enjoyed it so much that my family just thought starting piano lessons would be the next logical step, I guess. So I started piano shortly after that. More than playing the piano, I preferred to like make things up on it. So that was where my composing came from, and I just like to like I would be learning a scale, and then I'd improvise on the scale, and that was probably when I was like 4 or 5 I started doing that, and then I found that I liked writing on the violin as well, and it was sometimes easier because I didn't have to think about both hands. So So I would write songs for my friends, and we would like perform them in the festival.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. And then I think from there, I've just started writing for like larger and larger groups of people. So now I write for like 3 or 4 violins to play, and I play things with my friends. So yeah. And then when it comes to like the dancing part of things, it's always just been something I do. I think I started ballet and tap lessons when I was like maybe 2. I did like the preschool group classes.
Nice.
And I think I just like really enjoyed it, so I haven't really stopped. I've definitely like gone further with it, so I now do a lot more solo stuff, and I really like watching dance, and that's kind of inspired me to start choreographing my own dances and things like that.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great, actually.
Yeah, so
Really cool.
yeah, so that again, like the dance is just, I don't know, a lot of things my parents started me doing, and I've just kind of kept going with it. It's just been
That's
so much
great.
fun. Yeah. And then another thing my parents have done has been like taking me to live theater since I was like probably like 3 or 4. And I really liked watching it. And then when I was like, I think in grade 1, I had this really great teacher at school, and he did these acting classes, and he was always like encouraging me to try doing different things. And I decided to go to like actual acting classes in like a professional theater school. And I had another great teacher that was able to like give me the opportunity to work in professional theater as well as in the classes. And I think I just enjoyed it so much that I've just kept going from there. So yeah.
That's great, honestly. That's really,
That's
really
something
cool.
Yeah.
That's great. So what's a typical day like balancing so many passions at just 15 years old?
Well, usually I don't do like everything in a day.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
just
makes sense.
yeah,
That's
it
too much.
makes it
That
a
would be
bit.
too much.
Yeah. I try to focus on like if I have a specific goal that I'm working towards, like maybe a music exam or a performance, then I'll focus on that, and then I'll also do if I have any lessons, because I have piano lessons and singing lessons and things like that.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, and then I also have schoolwork, obviously, so I do
Oh,
that
yeah,
too. So yeah, a typical day usually I spend quite a while on my main goal. So this past month I've been working towards like a violin exam and a singing exam. So I've
Nice.
been practicing a lot for that. And then if I have like a piano lesson this week, then I'll practice the piano. And then yeah, so I try not to do too much in a day. I think 7
Yeah.
different things to spend like lots of time on every day is kind of difficult. So
That would be overwhelming, and I think
Yeah.
that's a very, very intelligent way of studying.
yeah.
Star. So, how do your different art forms influence each other? I know you already explained at the beginning that because of you starting the violin, you started playing the piano. But more specifically, like, does dancing ever inspire your composing, for example?
I think there's definitely like a lot of overlap between the different art forms. Like I don't often differentiate between them. I'm just like, oh, it's the arts that I do.
Mhm.
But I think my different things like my violin and my singing are definitely influence my piano because the
Mhm.
piano has kind of like a very, I don't know, normal tone, and so in order to make
Fair
it
enough,
sound
fair
like
enough.
different and interesting, my piano teacher will often be like, what would happen, what would this sound like if you were playing it on the violin, what would happen if you were like singing this? And so that
about right.
definitely- yeah, and so she's like, oh, this melody is a very like beautiful line, why don't you practice singing the melody while you play it and see if that
That's a
like
study method.
yeah.
That's a study method. I use that study method a lot, actually.
Yeah. So, and I think the dancing also influences the music that I play because a lot of music is meant to be danceable, like the Baroque dances or even like some of the like fiddle music that I do. The fiddle group that I'm in, we like dance at the same time as we play. So it's
Oh, that's
definitely
cool.
yeah, so there's definitely a lot of overlap there. And I also, for the like younger versions of my fiddle group, I also choreograph things for them. So that's also involving the dance that I do. Yeah, and I think you could say that the dancing influences the composing because a lot of the music that I do compose like is dance music, and I really like the syncopation
Yeah.
and the complex rhythms that you hear in a lot of dance music. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not sure if the dancing that I do specifically influences it, but definitely dance in general and watching dancers, that would influence it.
Makes sense because, well, you need to have a relatively steady rhythm when you're dancing. So
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. Okay, excuse me. Now, do you remember the first time music truly moved you? What was it? Because I remember you told me that you started just playing with like one of the cardboard violins, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I remember that far back.
Fair enough. Me
there was-
neither. Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, according to my mom, I really liked Bach because she would like be teaching Bach and I would like move to it. But I think more like recently, in, like the recent years, since like in my memory
Uh-huh.
that I can
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
I think it was probably when I was lucky enough to see an Itzhak Perlman concert in Vancouver, and he was
Ooh,
playing
wow.
like the pieces that he had played in the soundtracks for a bunch of movies, and I really liked the tone that he was creating, and I think that was, yeah, it was very moving to me. So yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah, no, I don't worry. I don't remember the first time music moved me either. I just remembered, oh, these are good tunes. I like it. So, as a composer, where do your ideas usually come from? A melody, a story, a feeling?
I mean, since I was like really little, I've been the kind of person that just like randomly starts to sing. And I haven't like, I don't usually notice that I'm singing, and like my friend will be like, "Why are you singing?" And that's usually where my ideas come from. It's just like whatever I'm doing, like if I'm doing my homework or if I'm in the car or at my grandparents' house, I'll just like start singing, and then I'll be like, "Oh, that sounds cool. Maybe I should record it." Or like if I'm supposed to be practicing, then I'll just decide that I don't really want to practice, and I'll just like play random things, and then I'll think, "Oh, that's cool. Maybe I should compose something about that." But yeah, so it usually just starts with that, with like the improvisation of a melody, and then I like build on it. If I want to write chamber music, I'll add like counter melodies and harmony. But the original melody is usually like some sort of expression of a feeling. Like if I'm feeling sad, then the melody might be like more rubato and have like large leaps. Or if I'm like,
Melancholic.
yeah, or if I'm having like a really good day, I might have like a bouncy rhythm and it's like very happy.
More bright. More bright.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, so normally once I like come up with an idea, I just kind of record it and leave it. I don't usually like think about it too much. And then if I'm like, oh, I have like a performance coming up that I should have something composed for, maybe I'll just look through those ideas and see how many of them I can put together. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I have that same thing when it comes for because I enjoy creating characters. It usually just comes to me, and whenever someone asks me, "Where did you get this idea?" I would just stare at them and be like, good question." I completely relate to that. What role does your cultural or family background play in your music and creativity? You mentioned that your mother is a violin teacher.
Yes.
Mhm.
That definitely influences a lot.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
her side of the family is like very musical. Like my grandma was also a singing teacher. And so I think if I didn't have musical parents, I'm not sure if I would like be doing
Oh,
anything.
Me neither. My entire family is musical.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like very lucky in that sense that
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
able to do all of this because of that. I think like other parts of my family culture, like we are doing like a lot of klezmer music, and I listen to that a lot. It influences a lot of my music. Like with my composing, I usually compose in sort of the klezmer style, and because I listen to so much of it, I like the different chromaticisms in it and the harmonies. So yeah, I'm very much influenced by that. And my fiddle group, when we do the dancing, we also use like Eastern European dance moves sometimes.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
You said what was it called? Cool. I couldn't quite catch the name of
Oh.
the type of music you take inspiration
Klezmer
from.
music.
Il del passero del popolo. Oi sunt sviv in Basarabie, e ne pastere fins entrover. Oi, ne pastere fins entrover, ne pastere fins entrover.
Is there a woman in the arts who inspires you deeply, and why?
I think there's so many women in the arts that
It's
inspire
okay.
me. I think that's a very difficult question. I think maybe like Hilary Hahn. 'Cause-
Hillary Hahn.
because of her like 100 days of practice, where she's like
Oh my
every
God,
year,
yes.
no matter what, on January 1st, she's like, let's do 100 days together. And she also says that, it's okay if you don't get to practice everything every day, and I think it's really inspiring to see someone that's so influential and so popular, for like them to demonstrate that even the most amazing violinists don't practice 3 hours straight every single day.
Yeah, I think that's like a very unrealistic expectation for many artists in general. Like I'm gonna be honest, I skipped 2 days of practice yesterday because I had to do schoolwork, and I was also tired because I was doing recordings for competition. And like I feel that expectation that artists need to do so much work, and by so much work I mean like 9 to 10 hours of practice every single day, is completely unrealistic. I feel like that's only realistic in huge quotation marks if you literally don't eat or drink or even have anything else to do the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I had a pianist, I don't know who it was, someone said to me, oh, how much time do you spend practicing piano every day? When I was your age, I practiced every single day, all day. I didn't do anything else. And I was like, not sure how realistic that is. There's so much else you have to do in a day.
Yeah, no, that's really it's like, again, I encounter that a lot when I listen to just online cases of families trying to get their children to do music. They like, most of the time they're just like, no, you just got to practice 18 hours a day. It's just yeah, Hilary Hahn, I actually I knew about her before I met this one YouTube channel called Two Set Violin. You might know Two Set.
Yes.
Yeah, come on. But I was more familiarized with her after I watched Two Set Violin, and she's just amazing. She's a fascinating violinist.
Yeah. And I think in Vancouver she came and she performed, and she also gave a master class.
Oh my god, wow.
And so I was able to, we like snuck it in the back row, and we sat and we watched, and she was giving this masterclass, and it was like so amazing to get that opportunity to watch her teach as well.
It's Hilary Hahn. That would be amazing. If I was still playing the violin now, I would absolutely go to something like that. Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. Any other woman in the arts that you could maybe recall? Just one more.
Maybe I think I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. I think it might
No
be
worries.
Katya Vinyatishvili. She's a pianist, and I really like listening to her Chopin recordings.
Ooh.
They're very like,
I love Chopin.
Yeah, I love her like tone that she creates in the piano in those. So I listen to those when I'm like trying to like feel inspired for my Chopin and what I want it to sound like.
Now, what's the hardest part of being such a multi-talented young artist? But also, what's the most rewarding?
I think the hardest part is finding the time to do everything.
Oh, yeah. I
Because
assume that.
yeah, there's just like so much to do, and I always feel like, oh, today is gonna be a great day. There's like so many hours in the day, and then I wake up and I do everything, and I'm like, no, I did not do everything today.
I understand that entirely.
Yeah, so I mean, probably the most rewarding part would be that I get to perform in all these different opportunities and have all these different things that I can do, and I enjoy them all so much. I think I don't really notice how much I do until it's like festival season, and it's like I've now registered for like 23 classes, and I'm like, oh, how did that happen? And then there's like a moment of panic, and then I realize, no, that's correct, and I'm able to do all those classes. I just like, because they do like one for every single piece that you're doing, and so sometimes I worry, I'm like, oh, how many things am I doing this year? And then sometimes I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna cut back this year, I'm not gonna do as much, but I also want to try out this, and this. And so I usually always have like around like 22 performances in April that I'm doing, and it's like, I don't know, it's also very fun because you get to like, a lot of this stuff is with my friends. We are like perform.
That makes it even better.
Yeah, and I get to like go watch them perform like violin or piano or cello or whatever. And I don't know, I just really enjoy it. So yeah.
That's really great. Yeah, I would like I definitely don't do half as many things. But I do find it difficult to juggle so many things at once, and I can't imagine how difficult that can be for you. because it's 7 things. Like, that's a lot. But I can imagine how rewarding it is when you actually manage to find a way to organize all of that, and you actually manage to finish the many things that you set yourself to do. Like, I feel like finishing a goal is always is going to always be the most satisfactory thing ever.
Yes. Yeah, for
If
sure.
you could collaborate with any artist in the world, alive or in the past, who would it be and why?
That's a very there's like so many amazing artists that I would love to collaborate with.
Me too.
I think, well, one of the books that I wrote called Opus 67 number 4 is about a girl named Ethel, and she travels back in time and meets Chopin.
Ooh.
I think I would probably like to meet Chopin and learn from him. He seems like he would have been a great teacher, especially like with his like piano etudes. So I think it would be like really cool to get his perspective on what it means to be a musician. Yeah, when I wrote my book, I kind of just made a bunch of stuff up. So
Well, I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah.
And any artist from today? I know there's a lot of choices. At least one, just any, whichever comes first to your mind.
I think maybe I'd like to do something with like chamber music. So, like, I don't know a lot of like individual artists that do chamber music. Like, I know
That's fine.
chamber groups. Maybe like, I don't know, Itzhak Perlman would be cool if he was like playing first violin and then I could play like second violin.
Wait,
That would be. It's Itzhak Perlman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like if like he like played first violin and I played second violin, that would be like really amazing to get to do that.
That'd be sick. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome, actually.
And he would also like be able to share all of his advice with me, and
Yeah.
like for music and chamber music and all of that. So
That'd be great. Honestly, those are two very good two very good choices. I absolutely agree. Now, unfortunately, this is the last question. But what dream do you have for your future as an artist and as a person?
I think my long-term goal has always been to perform on Broadway in New York City. I love to perform, and Broadway combines like all of my interests, well, most of my interests, which is like music, theater, and dance.
Hey.
And I could like compose and write as like a hobby on the side. It's my artistic goal, and it's also like a personal goal because I feel like if I were to be in New York, there would be so much to see, like both like in concert at Carnegie Hall or like on stage, like on Broadway or off Broadway. I mean, until then, I hope to just continue to learn as much as I can about like all of my different interests and passions, and I hope to continue to grow as an artist so that maybe one day that could be what I'm doing.
And you shall. Well, this was wonderful. This was a wonderful time. I enjoyed listening to all of your answers. This was honestly also very fascinating. I love hearing about your process and like the organization you have to take. Hillary Hahn, gotta love that.
Yeah.
But that was amazing. Thank you so much for being here with me. It was an honor.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. And again, if the composing next year ever gets serious, I'll let you know. So
Yeah,
we
I'd
can
love
make-
to hear what you create. That would be so cool.
And I'd love to make something up together. That would be really, really cool.
Yes, that would.
Well, thank you so much. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you very much.